everyone, and welcome back to another Absurd Heroine video. So it's good to be back. It has been a while. I was doing interviews for a couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure that everybody who I work with who knows I have a YouTube channel also knows that I'm interviewing, so I'm not putting myself in any particular danger talking about it here. And interviews just take a lot of time, extra time on top of working and doing everything else that I do, and a lot of emotional effort because I have to do like live coding sessions, which are never fun. They're very stressful, and take a lot of time to like prepare for and recuperate from afterwards. So unfortunately, because you know the channel is not my full-time job yet, I had to put it on the back burner for the past couple weeks, but I'm back and ready to rock and roll. Thank you all for being patient. And I have some stuff here for you, so let's take a look. We have my weird experimental overload deck. So I've been wanting to make an experimental overload deck for a while, and a viewer reached out to me with a good build, and I've been running it, and it is super fun, and I wanted to share it with everybody. So if you don't know, Experimental Overload is a sorcery for 4. Create an XX blue and red weird creature token where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Then you may return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Experimental Overload. So what you want to do is just get a bunch of stuff in your graveyard. So like draw and discard. We have a lot of discard stuff in this deck. And then cast Experimental Overload, but we want to cast it after dual striking, right? That's why it's called a Weird Strike. So Dual Strike is a foretell card, so you can foretell it for just 1 red. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 4 or less this turn, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for that copy. So the ideal is to copy Experimental Overload so that you can get 2 things back from your graveyard and then create 2 big fat weirds. And it works, and it's really fun. So let's take a look at the rest of the fluff. So we have Stern Dismissal, Spike Field Hazard, Jawari's Disruption, Negate, Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, Cathartic Reunion. This is some of our like discard and draw effects here. Cinderclasm, Fling. Fling is for the weirds, right? So if you have like a big fat weird and then you can attack in on it with it and then fling it, and usually they're dead after that. Thrill of Possibility, more discard and drawing cards. Dual Strike, of course. Salundi's Vision. And the reason why we have so many of these like dual face land cards is because if we discard these cards, they still count as instants and not as lands. Then we have Crush the Weak, because we crush the weak. It deals 2 damage to each creature, and then if a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. We're foretelling for just 1. Then Riel, we just have a 1 of Riel in here. She gets +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, and whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. So say we discard 2 cards to Cathartic Reunion, then we draw 2 cards if it's the first time that we have discarded a card this turn. Then we have just a sweep, right? So Storm's Wrath, because we really do need to like control the board, because we're not an aggro deck. So we try to control and put stuff in our graveyard. We control the board, we like filter through our hand, we're finding the stuff that we want and then putting everything in the graveyard, and then boom, we dual strike Experimental Overload, then fling. So that's the deck. It's pretty fun. So let's go do it. Let's go do it to it. So just so that y'all know, like for some reason my computer, when I don't use OBS for a while, for some reason my microphone likes to like go crazy and do different things with OBS. So I had to redo the settings and everything, so I hope it's not too quiet. I hope it's not too loud. So I apologize if it is one or the other. All right, so this looks pretty good. We have Shatter, Skull Smashing, and Island for our lands. We have Dual Strike, Negate, Stern Dismissal. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it up. So we can only foretell on our turn, which is a little stinky. So I think we'll just wait. Keep up a Negate, see what they do. We've got Snow. Okay. Snow, is it? Is it snow? I don't know. It's giants. It's giants. Get out of here. Giants. Okay. We need another land. All right, whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage, if giant, wizard, or spell you control dealt that damage, draw a card. Okay. And I guess we'll stir and dismissal that. Okay, cool. Excellent. We don't... Aw. Darn. Sometimes people just don't like control. You're playing giants, bro. Alright. The 8-bit owl. I love 8-bit stuff. And they have excellent choice in avatars, too. Okay. Well... I suppose we could keep up Celindi's vision for a cathartic reunion. Discarding. Because I kind of don't want to discard the overloads or the dual strike. Or you know what, we could keep up a land, I guess. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter one way or the other. Okay. So I think we are just going to discard an island and an overload. Whatever. Whatever, man. Riel is good. 2 dual strikes. Ooh, Finn. Crush. To crush the weak. This is unfortunate. I think we foretell this, honestly. We bring out a mountain. We can dual strike this. It will require us to play another red mana source here. I think we might need to do that, honestly. Because we're going to be taking at least, or maybe we'll wait one more turn. Yeah. Let's foretell this. We'll keep up a negate. Wait one more turn. The next turn we can dual strike Crush the Weak to get rid of anything that they might have played on the board at that point. It's a little bit of a gamble, but... Oh, okay. Sure. It doesn't really matter. They're still gonna die to Crush the Weak. Crush the Weak. Negate that. Get out of here. Snakes can veil, eh? Alright. But now we have a ton. Let's see. So we foretell this. And we have a ton of things in our graveyard. I hope that instants and sorceries, rather. I hope that we should we just kill that? Nah. I hope we draw a land here so that we can dual strike our experimental overload. You're gonna cast something big? Okay. Jawari's Disruption. Okay. So we're going to Riel. And I guess put down a Jawari's Disruption. So that next turn, we can over... yeah, sure. That's fine. We can experimental overload twice. Dual strike our experimental overload. A raptor. Or raptor, what am I talking about? A questing beast. Alright. So that hurts. That does hurt. Do we want to just kill these instead? So what happens if we dual strike our experimental overload right now? We make 2 6/6s. If they have a way of killing both of them, then we're having a bad time. So I think we actually do need to just end the turn here. We can blitz the Thunder Raptor, both of them. So dual strike. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. If they have another Snakeskin Veil, then we're just effed. But it looks like they don't. Which is good. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We'll get back a dual strike. Frostbite. Okay, cool. I mean, they weren't dead that turn, so I mean, they didn't have to do that, but we just controlled them in the end. We go first. It's good to have a negate in hand when you go first, so I think we'll keep. Negate Thrill of Possibility is kind of the best thing that you can ask for. Turn 2. Going first. It's funny, we only have 1 Riel in our entire deck. And I think we've drawn it every game so far. Playing against our boyfriend here, Jace. Jason Braska, our boyfriend girlfriend, by the way, if you didn't know. Death Touch. Cinderclasm's gonna be good here, so is Crush the Weak. We could have foretold Crush the... no. Nah. But what are we gonna ditch for Thrill? Crush the Weak or Cinderclasm? Probably Cinderclasm. Yeah. We take that one. We take that one. Ooh. All right. I mean, this is Golgari Death Touch, right? So we're not really going to be negating much, right? What could they possibly cast that we would want to negate? Like removal, right? Not much, honestly. Moss Viper. All right. Another Spike Field Hazard. I think maybe we'll just Riel here. Riel actually doesn't do anything, does she, right now? We'll Crush the Weak. Crush. I crush you. Hooded Blightfang. Okay. So I guess we just bring that out. It's not like it really matters. And we quite literally just not do anything. We take 2, basically. Finn. Very well. Nah. The cool thing is that now we can kill the hooded Blightfang. And I think we will. Die. Die. I want you to die. All right, experimental overload. So we're going to attack with rail. See if they want to block or not. I do believe they will favor their Finn over 5 life. And we can experimental overload to get back probably a Thrill of Possibility, right? All right. All right. Moss Viper. Moss Viper it is. Hooded Blightfang. Hooded Blightfang it is. Ow. No blocks. Okay. So... I mean, we can't really do much. Just now. We can't really do much just now. So we'll sit back for a bit. We'll see what they do. Probably want to attack and kill something, which I will say, nah. No, you cannot. A Blizzard Brawl. No. It's gonna be a hard no from me, friend. I think we'll kill this. And say, okay. We shall not block you. Alright, we're gonna thrill. Ooh, a dual strike. Excellent. We don't need another land. And I guess we'll attack for 8. See if they want to block with their hooded Blightfang. We'll attack for all the stuff. Oh yeah. Excuse me for the sniffles. She did her job. Another Moss Viper. Okay. So at this point, I do believe we want a Fling. Fling would do well. We could dual strike a Fling. We could... I mean, it would be nice to also... I mean, I would go for another experimental overload. Okay. I'm also cool for just, like, none of that stuff. Okay. Nighthawk Scavenger. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. If we can't find a solution for that. Well, I mean, we can. Our solution is our weird that we already have out in play. Let's see if we can find something fun, like an experimental overload. Thrill Possibility is also not bad. My turn. So dual strike. Experimental overload. Well, blame. And I don't know. Another dual strike. It matters not really. to be honest with you. To be honest with you, it doesn't matter. Well, the mana situation leaves a bit to be desired, so I'm gonna mull it. Okay, this is better. We'll put the experimental overload underneath. I suppose we'll keep up a negate rather than... Oh. Oh! Is that all? Hmm. I bet you they're not going to cast anything. Not casting anything that we can negate is my guess. I mean, maybe they will. They're probably... Okay, so we definitely need some sweepers here. But I mean... We're not super weak against mill. It does make our life a little bit easier. Okay, that was not really what we wanted. We'll keep up a negate now for Teferi's tutelage or something along those lines. Yep. It's rough. We need a Storm's Wrath or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they probably have a counterspell. This is me thinking counterspell here. But what are you gonna do? Nothing at the moment. We're going to do nothing. There's our Storm's Wrath. Okay. So hopefully they can't counter our Storm's Wrath. Okay, there's the tutelage. So we Storm's Wrath and then we... Oh gosh. Gross. Gross. Kind of surprised that they discarded a Weathered Runestone. Jeez Louise, man. 2 Ruin Crabs just destroyed our day. Okay. So we Storm's Wrath. Mm-hmm. Too bad we can't Blitz of the Thunder Raptor to their face. But if we draw... Oops. Right, we already cast that. If we draw a fling, do we have any flings? No, our flings are all gone. Is it all just like lands now? Yeah. We let them survive with their Ruin Crabs for too long. I mean, not like we had a choice. We had no removal. We had no removal. Unfortunately. Oh well. That was good draw on their end. They drew like they had 2 Ruin Crabs and then 2 or 3 like sack lands, so not ideal. But I don't think we can throw it away either. It's got a lot of interaction, and then once we actually draw some of our better cards, some of our like, you know, discard effects or draw effects rather, or Riel or whatever. Yorion. Great. Perfect. Well, let's see what happens. Simic Fortell Yorion. How curious. Don't need more lands at this point. We need other things. I am quite happy that we have this negate, to be honest with you. So maybe this is Simic Saga Yorion? Could be it. There's some good Simic sagas, right? Alright, this is going to be a good place to cast a Celindi's Vision. Scry 2, draw 2. Sure. You got it, boss. 2 top. Top, top. Alright. Oh. Okay. Alright. So, we can only get one, right? Cathartic Reunion. It's probably what we want. Another Cathartic Reunion. So we will Cathartic Reunion, Cinderclasm, and a Riverglide Pathway, probably? Riel. I don't think we want to do a Riel right now. We want to keep up Stern Dismissal for any crazy shenanigans. I'm not Stern Dismissal. Well, I mean Stern Dismissal, sure, but negate mostly here or whatever. 4-color nonsense. Okay. So now we Cathartic Reunion with Riel. And Stern Dismissal, probably? I don't think we need Stern Dismissal. Okay. Another negate and a Stern Dismissal. These are all good against this deck. Crush the Weak. I don't think Crush the Weak is good, though. Next turn we can foretell a Dual Strike. Or maybe we can just straight out Dual Strike Experimental Overload. Yeah, I don't think that matters too much to us. Doesn't matter too much to us. We want to be careful of the really heavy hitting sagas and enchantments here, like Doom Foretold. Something like that. They're searching for something. What are they looking for? It's a battle of the control. Foretelling again? Sure. Sure, sure. Very well. And I still don't think that we want to do this now. We want to do this while we can keep a negate open. Just in case. What are we going to want to get back, though? Cathartic Reunions, I guess? I guess. Okay. What? Like, I suppose we could have countered that, but like, kind of whatever. All right. So I get this. Guess at this point we do the shenanigans. Like, no reason not to. At this point, Cathartic Reunion and Dual Strike. And we see what happens. What does happen here? What do you do? Eliminate, sure. Mm-hmm. Another one. I don't think we're gonna let you do another one. Okay. Our turn. So I think we get in there. And probably Cathartic Reunion. We could dual strike Cathartic Reunion. The Mountain and the Stern Dismissal. Keeping up a fling and a negate. And whatever it is else that we draw. Okay. Sure, creatures you control get Death Touch. Grand. Bye now. What do we have next? A Doomscar. So we can fling. Or we can negate. I think we negate that. Wah, 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 wah. A Banishing Light. Interesting. Okay. We could fling it, but I think we want to wait for a bigger experimental overload, honestly. Toss a Storm's Wrath. I don't think we need that. Okay. Cathartic Reunion. A Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, and a Thrill of Possibility, probably. Okay. Doesn't make me particularly happy, to be honest with you. I kind of want another experimental overload. Where are experimental overloads at? I guess we should have kept that other Thrill of Possibility. I was expecting to draw one, you know, at some point. Sure. Sure. Very well. What you got? Graven Lore. Nah. There we go. And we can just fling this one right away. It literally doesn't matter. Hiya. You. This one. Boop. We beat AIDS, everybody. We have found the cure. That was very satisfying, I won't lie. Okay. I'm only keeping this because we can Cathartic Reunion. We're going first. So let's hope that we draw a blue mana source. Because this is a risky keep. This is a risky keep. All right. So I think we'll do these two. Yeah. Okay. Drew 3 lands, essentially. And say go. Keep up Blitz of the Thunderraptor for 3 and Thrill of Possibility. What do you got, friend? Bone Crusher Giant. Sure. Ow. Ooh, Jund. Been a while. Sure. It's been a while since we have seen Jund. I think we are going to Thrill of Possibility, dropping our Shatter Skull Smashing. Okay. Still only have 1 blue mana source, which is not ideal. Cultivate, sure. So this is... What are we playing against here? Jund ramp of some sort, but what? Alright, we're just gonna get rid of this and add to our experimental overload count. Alright, Kadash the Weak. What is this? 4-3. I think we probably should experimental overload and get back Cathartic Reunion, I think. Let's see. They have a kill spell for it, probably. If not, Garrick. Hmm. I think we crush the weak, right? Because it doesn't kill them, technically. We Cathartic Reunion. Our 2 Storms Wraths. Seems dangerous. I'm gonna do it. It is dangerous. It is very dangerous. We're gonna do it. Because we get experimental overload. And then fling. That was probably a little too dangerous, honestly. Because this makes me think Vorinclex? This is like a Vorinclex deck. Hopefully we draw... Nah. Elder Gargaroth. Sure. Yeah, we'll cancel that for now. Let's be blue here. Cathartic Reunion. Yeah. I probably should have gotten back a kill spell. Or a counter spell. Because, you know, planeswalkers. Sure. We didn't have any counter spells in the graveyard. Okay. Ariel. All right. I mean, I guess we do this, huh? See what we draw. Okay, those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. All right. We can kill just both of those. All right. But I think we're just gonna... So we'll let them draw 2 cards. Which I think we're okay with for the moment. Okay. We're gonna keep up Negate, or whatever. A kill spell. A Planeswalker. And then we can dual strike a Fling on a Riel. So. Sure. You can draw as many cards as you want, so long as you don't gain 2 more life. Don't gain 2 more life. Or 3 more life. You can gain 2 more life, just not 3. Sure. Okay. And we're not dead, right? So that's 16 altogether if they attack with everything. No, I'm sorry. Oh, they're not attacking me with anything. Great! And they tapped all of their land. Perfect. So dual strike. This one. To you. This one. Hiya! Oh man, it feels so good. Feels so good. So that was my experimental overload deck. We won most of the games, and honestly, in playtesting, I won most of the games too. So it just seems like a good deck in casual queue. It comes out with like wins right away, like surprise wins very quickly with Riel or experimental overload. That's just like flinging them. Like in that last game, we like copied the fling and dealt 26 damage like out of the blue. That is very satisfying. It makes for some very satisfying wins. So I highly recommend playing this deck. Super fun. Thank you very much to the viewer who recommended this to me. I'm terribly sorry. I've forgotten. I usually name the decks after the people who recommend them to me so that I can tell, you know, say on video, this is the person who gave me this deck list. And I think it sounded Germanic. I'm not quite sure, like Van Goberson or something. I'm terribly sorry. I shouldn't even try. But thank you very much. You know who you are. You are amazing. Thank you for this deck list. Like I said, I'd been wanting to do something with experimental overload for a while, so we finally got it and got in for some wins, and it actually went really well. So once again, I apologize for the couple weeks of silence, but I am back with a vengeance. And also, if the microphone is like a little wonky, I also apologize for that. I will do my best to get the settings back to where they need to be. I don't know why my computer is just, I don't know. I need to replace a bunch of stuff on my computer because it just like gets wonky every now and then. It just doesn't, it's not as consistent as I would like it to be. But anyway, it's good to be back, and I'll catch you all around. Until the next time we meet, good luck in all of your games. Ciao.